Greyhound View this week, we bring you all the action from Harold's Cross, the second round heats of the Easter Cup from Shelburne Park. We talk to CEO Michael Field on his retirement, plus we take a look at the award-winning laboratory. But first we head to Clonmel for the New Park Stud Festival evening.
It's a big night at Clonmel, the New Park Stud Puppy Festival. 6 finals to be run over all sorts of distances, and no doubt will unearth some fine prospects for the forthcoming produce stakes here at Clonmel. There's been all sorts of fun. All the stud dogs from New Park have been paraded, but the main action was on the track. The final of the Come On Leighton Open Puppy 5-5. In 1, the favourite Slippery Bill, 2, Prince Ned, 3, College Prime, 4, Scotia's Prince, 5, Blackie Go, and 6, Jeff's Roanoke. The favourites in 1, Slippery Bill, the hair behind the traps. And away, the favourites away quite well, but number 2 gets out fast. That's Prince Ned, leads to the corner. From 1, Slippery Bill in second, around the opening corner. A bit of trouble there, and it's number 2 left in front. That's Prince Ned. From 1, Slippery Bill in second. College Prime beginning to move in third. Now down the back, it's number 2, Prince Ned, now being challenged by 1, Slippery Bill. 3, College Prime is still on the premises, into the third bend, and the favourite can't get through. Just squeezes through now on the inside. Slippery Bill takes it up. College Prime coming fast on the outside, but turning for home, it's Slippery Bill, the favourite's out front. He's going to win the 6,000. He wins it, Slippery Bill, from 2, Prince Ned, and 3, College Prime in third. The result of the Come On Leighton Open Puppy 5-5, the winner number 1, Slippery Bill, owned by Michael Donoghue and Jim Ormond. Second, number 2, Prince Ned, and third, number 3, College Prime, time 28.83.
Yeah, very pleased. He ran very well for us. He used the trap one to his advantage, and we think he'll probably be a dog who's going to hopefully run well here in the Produce Stakes next week. But also we'll be hopeful that in the future he's a 550 dog. We have big plans for him, so see how it goes.
Last week at the National Greyhound Awards, Dr. Jim Healy was presented with the International Standard for Laboratories Award for the great work carried out at their centre in Limerick.
This lab, the National Greyhound Laboratory, was set up in about 1990, and the purpose of the lab was to analyse samples taken from the greyhound industry in order to check for the presence of drugs and other prohibited substances in samples. The basis on which we were testing for those substances is that if they could alter the performance of a racing greyhound, then they needed to be detected in the samples. The international criterion which has been established for work by laboratories such as ours, that's drugs and sport laboratories, is ISO 17025. That's a standard which is meant to assure the highest standard of work in laboratories such as ours. This laboratory was assessed by a team from the National Accreditation Board led by an expert from outside of the country. The headings under which it was assessed were the quality of the management system which we have here to ensure the standard of our results, the quality of the staff and the way in which they perform their work. Furthermore, we would have been assessed under the quality of the methodologies which we use and how good the staff were at implementing those. Also, we would have been assessed on a regular basis on the basis of samples which were submitted to the lab containing unknown materials which we had to identify, and that was something which we must do every year on a regular basis spread throughout the year. The lab is also subject to continuous audit. That is internal audit and external audit. This is to ensure that the work of the lab isn't just good on the day in which it's assessed, but that it is up to the standard whereby it can maintain that quality of work on a continuous basis for every sample submitted to us. The main value of the award, as I see it, is that we're in a position to assure the clients of the lab, that's the board, the owners and the trainers, that the work done on the samples which are taken from their dogs are up to the highest international standards.
We're back at Harold's Cross this evening, where there's a bumper attendance for a cracking night's racing. The feature, the final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch Dual Distance. Coolavani Bird, racing from Trap 1, is the hot favourite. But with 6 brilliant racers in the lineup, it could go any way. Let's take a look at the runners.
In Trap 1 we have Coolavani Bird, owned by Nicky Kenny and Our Riches, trained by Paul Hennessy, a daughter of Iman, and Blonde Returns will really appreciate this step up to 575 yards, perfectly drawn. Number 2 is Kestrel Lass, owned and trained by Frank O'Brien, a daughter of Spiral Nikita and Duffy's Kestrel, led all the way last time and is a strong stayer. Number 3, Long Valley Sue, the second of the Paul Hennessy runners, owned by Danjo and Tom Collins, a daughter of Larkhill Joe and Long Valley Bell, has done big runs over this distance and must have a real chance here. Number 4, Free State, trying this distance for the first time, owned by Eamon Reynolds, trained by Rita Reynolds, daughter of Staplers Joe and Queer Reason. This one goes up fast. Will she stay the 575 yards? Number 5 is Sebastian's Thief, owned and trained by Dom Renix, a daughter of Frisbee Flashing and Queen Maeve. Rarely runs a bad one. She has won over this distance and she goes very strongly to the corner. In 6 we have Cabaret Star, owned by Darren Lynch, trained by Mal Thomas, a daughter of Mount Leader Pier and Domingo Star. Well drawn out here in Trap 6, but will be one of the outsiders in this final. The bell goes. The final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch Dual Distance here, coming up behind the traps, ready for off. This 575-yard contest away. The favourites very slowly out. Number 1, Coolavani Bird, and it's 5, Sebastian's Thief, with number 4, Free State, going up or inside into the corner. This pair clear by about 3 lengths, a bit of bumping in behind. It's very level up front. Free State, number 4 on the inside, 5, Sebastian's Thief on the outside. Number 2, Kestrel Lass is third, and number 1 is producing a mighty run down the back. As 4, Free State leads on the third bend from 5, Sebastian's Thief. Number 1 has made up a power of ground, Coolavani Bird. 2, Kestrel Lass running on, but they're turning for home. It's Free State, number 4 in front. 1 is coming home fast, and 1 gets up to win it. Number 1, Coolavani Bird, gets up in the final stride to win from number 4, Free State. The time is 31:57. The result of the Track Bookmakers Bitch Dual Distance, the winner number 1, Coolavani Bird, owned by Nicky Kenny and Our Riches. Second, number 4, Free State. And third, number 5, Sebastian's Thief. The time, 31:57.
Well, Stuart, Coolavani Bird, she left it late.
Yeah, she always leaves it a bit late, but she got up there, you know. If the bookies lost a few quid, it was great to see it. We love seeing them painful.
Did you collect yourself?
No, I'm out of luck at the moment. I didn't want to crucify her altogether. So collecting the prize money is good enough.
I know you have a huge team of dogs. She must be surely one of your better ones.
She's one of my favourite ones anyhow. The longer she goes, the better she's going to get. She's been really lucky. Got her from Noel Brown originally, one of the best breeders in Ireland. He's down in Castle Island, a great man to do a dog. And he also sold me a bitch called Friedel Save that finished second in Clonmel last night. They both make great brood bitches.
The Boyle Sports Corncucullen is one of the premier six-bends events on the racing calendar. Indeed, last year it was won by Mega Delight, who went on to capture the Marathon Greyhound of the Year. In the opening heat, Blue Boomer was the hot favourite, but his fate was sealed when he fell from traps. Instead, it was the Cork Raider, One Tiger, that got up for trainer Liam O'Callaghan, but only by the minimum margin from another Cork Raider, Broadford Hat.
Boomer down into the second last corner. Number 4, One Tiger, has taken over the lead. Number 2, Broadford Hat, still there, however, and now challenging on the outside once again. Back in third, number 6, that's Duffy's Nikita, but up the home straight is number 4, One Tiger that wins this one. He's going to hold on from number 2, Broadford Hat. It's close for third. The winning time, 42:49.
In the second heat, Bin's Image was an even hotter favourite than Blue Boomer was in the first, and things seemed to be going to plan as he led from traps and made most of the journey, but a lack of a run paid in the final strides, and he was caught by another Liam O'Callaghan trained runner, Last Penny Lady.
Down the far side, that's number 4, Bin's Image, that continues to lead. Number 3, Tut Tut, trying his best to close. Further back, number 6, Last Penny Lady. But number 4, Bin's Image, does stay to strip strongly. Hasn't raced over for a while yet. Still number 4, though. Bin's Image that leads. And number 3 and number 6, Last Penny Lady coming on the road. But number 4, Bin's Image. Here comes number 6. And number 6 gets there. Last Penny Lady. Close for second between number 4, Bin's Image, and number 5, Correct Buddy. The winning time, 42:28.
Top of the Ward was a marginal favourite in the third heat to be top of the best, but her luck was certainly out as she got knocked over at the opening corner, and Top of the Best, in his first competitive six-bend outing, was to land the spoils in fine style.
Just watch Moving Customer finish for second. Down the far side, and number 6, Top of the Best, leads them a long way here to number 1 in second spot, Dew Point. Further back to number 2, Clyde the Pigeon. Number 5, Moving Customer, making up eye-catching ground back in fourth spot. But out front, it's still number 6, Top of the Best that leads. Number 1's in second, Dew Point. Further back to number 5, Moving Customer now is in full stride. But number 6, Top of the Best, is going to win this one. It's going to be close for second. Perhaps number 1, Dew Point, just holding on, but very close. But no doubt about the winner. Number 6, Top of the Best, 42.30, the winning time. There was further joy for the bookmakers in the final heat, with yet another favourite being turned over. Group Venture just couldn't get there in time. Instead, it was left up to one tiger for Liam O'Callaghan. Yes, Liam O'Callaghan, a fine treble for the man from Macroom. Onto the second last corner, and 4, Tom's Mixture, still out front by a couple of lengths from 5, Plucky Customer. 3, Group Venture is running on, but it's too late, because number 4 has flown here. Tom's Mixture wins this one, with number 3, Group Venture second, and number 5, Plucky Customer, holding on for third, the time 42.34.
In part 2, we bring you the heats of the Droopy's Vieri Easter Cup and talk to outgoing CEO Michael Field. Last week, Shelburne Park secured a new sponsorship for the Euro Off-Track 600. The sponsorship for this race has been taken over by Ladbrokes.
We are really delighted here and thrilled to have Ladbrokes as a main sponsor. They've been great supporters of Greyhound racing for the last 17 years, and this is a very major event for them. The Ladbrokes 600 will be one of the best events of the year at Shelburne Park.
Greyhound betting for us has on the increase in the last sort of 5-10 years. I mean, it accounts for nearly 15% of our total turnover, which is fantastic. I mean, horse racing was 90% 10 years ago. It's now down to about 70%. It's a fantastic opportunity. I mean, this was originally the Guinness 600, which is one of the greatest races in the Irish Greyhound calendar. So we're delighted to take such a prestigious race on board, and we're looking forward to a long association with the Ladbrokes 600.
Saturday, Shelburne Park hosted the second round of the Easter Cup and also the final of the Richard Walsh Tri-Distance 550. We join our commentator, Michael Fortune.
The final of the Richard Walsh Tri-Distance. In 1, the other master, 2, Lemon Rambo, 3, Dita Davy, 4, Dixie's Breeze, 5, the reserve, Tall Chubby, and 6, Needham Talking. The favourites in 1, the hares behind the boxes. And away to go, quite a level start. Lemon Rambo off to a good start. Number 3, Dita Davy, showing good early pace. It's 3, Dita Davy, leads into the corner from 2, Lemon Rambo in second. 5, Tall Chubby is on the premises. Dita runs a little wide on the corner, being challenged by 2, Lemon Rambo. Down the back, it's neck and neck, and here comes the favourite, the other master, number 1, piling it on into the third bend. 3 dogs in the line, what will get through? Oh, number 1 checks, and it's 2, Lemon Rambo, just in front from 3, Dita Davy. Turning for the judge, it's Lemon Rambo 2, Dita Davy number 3, they're neck and neck coming to the line. 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Oh, it's 1 for the judge with number 1, the other master in third. Desperately close between Lemon Rambo and Dita Davy. The favourite, the other master, is third. The time is 32.93. And the result of the Richard Walsh Tri-Distance 600. The winner, number 3, Dita Davy. From number 2, Lemon Rambo, and in third, number 1, the other master. The winner owned by James Byrne, trained by Larry Dunn. The time 32.93. It's the second round of the Droopy's Vieri Easter Cup at Shelburne Park. A great traditional event. It dates back to the 30s. Some marvellous greyhounds have won it down the years, and this year the trend has been maintained. The big 3 in this year's event are Clover Hare, Droopy's Agassi and Born a Pilot. They thrilled us in the first round, and what a first round that was, with 29 seconds smashed in all 8 heats. The trend, can it be maintained in the second round? Let's follow the action. And the hare now on the way for the opening quarter-final of the Droopy's Vieri Easter Cup. In trap order 1, Rummy Lad. Trap 2 is Mike Skift. In 3, Rebel Watcher. 4, Haliska Highlander. In 5, Charlie Bird. And in trap number 6, the favourite, Confident Choice. The hare now coming around the final corner, up behind traps, and away they go. And first to show, trap number 2, Mike Skift. Number 1, Rummy Lad in second spot. Back in third, number 4, that's Haliska Highlander around the opening corners. And number 1 now takes up the lead. It's Rummy Lad. On the outside is Confident Choice. Back in third, we have number 2, Mike Skift. But down the far side, it's number 1, Rummy Lad, beg your pardon. In second, now number 4, Haliska Highlander. In third, number 2, Mike Skift. Further back, you can see Charlie Bird in top flight. But around the final corner, it's number 1, Rummy Lad. Number 4, Haliska Highlander in second. But here comes Charlie Bird in the wide outside and Confident Choice. But up the home straight, it's number 5, Charlie Bird. That sweeps the victory. Very close for second between number 6, Confident Choice, number 4, Haliska Highlander, and number 1, Rummy Lad. Rebel Watcher gone out, the winning time, 28.80. And the result of the opening quarter-final, Trap 5, Charlie Bird, coming home like an express train. The land of spoils from number 6, Confident Choice. Third, number 4, Haliska Highlander, 28.80, the winning time. The hare now on the way for the second quarter-final of the Droopies Vieri Easter Cup. In trap order 1, Born a Pilot, the hot favourite. 2, Olden Times. In 3, Mount Leader Rolf. 4, Mingler's Prime. In 5, 10 Men. And trap 6 is Movie Gamble. The hare now coming around the boxes. Up behind traps and away they go. And first to show it's number 5, 10 Men. He leads clear into the corner from number 3, Mount Leader Rolf. Back in third we have number 2, that's Olden Times. Number 6, Movie Gamble in trouble. But number 5, 10 Men leads out as the second corner. Seems to lose his stride there for a second. And it's number 3, Mingler's or Mount Leader Rolf in second. Here comes number 1, Born a Pilot. On the wide outside, that's Movie Gamble. Then we have Olden Times. But around the final turn, it's still number 5, 10 Men. Here comes number 1, Born a Pilot with every stride. On the wide outside, number 6, Movie Gamble. But up the home straight, 10 Men. Here comes Born a Pilot. And Born a Pilot sweeps the winners. Second is number 5, 10 Men. Back in third, number 6, Movie Gamble, 28.54. What a run from where he was. A brilliant greyhound, Born a Pilot. Well, what a performance by Born a Pilot in the second of the quarterfinals, coming from well off the pace to beat number 5, 10 Men. Back in third, number 6, Movie Gamble, the winning time, 28.54. And the runners in trap order for the third heat of the Droopies Vieri Easter Cup: in 1, Lemon Rebel. Trap 2, Simply Vintage. In 3, Business Success. 4 is Word of God. In 5, Riverside Hope. And 6, Samurai Jack. The hare now coming around the final corner. The hounds all set. And away they go. And first to show is trap number 6, Samurai Jack, leading up from number 2, Simply Vintage. On the inside, that's number 1, it's Lemon Rebel. But around the opening corners, it's number 6, that's Samurai Jack, the leads. But number 1, Lemon Rebel, now powering down his inside. Back in third is number 2, Simply Vintage. But down the far side, and Lemon Rebel moves to the front from number 6, Samurai Jack. On the outside is number 2, Simply Vintage. But around the final corner, number 1, Lemon Rebel now leads. Number 4, Word of God, trying to get into it on the outside. But number 1, Lemon Rebel turns it for home. He's in the lead. It's number 1, Lemon Rebel. Here comes Business Success. But Lemon Rebel gets there. Second, number 3, Business Success. It's close for third, 28.72, the winning time. And the third heat of the Droopies Vieri Easter Cup, going to number 1, Lemon Rebel. Second, number 3, Business Success. And third, number 6, Samurai Jack, 28.72, the winning time. On to the final heat of the Droopies Vieri Easter Cup, the one we all wanted to see, the clash of Clover Hare and Droopies Agassi. In 1, Glensky Ghost. 2, Weatherman. In 3, Clover Hare. 4, Johnny Jump Up. And 5, Droopies Agassi, the marginal favourite Clover Hare over his great rival Droopies Agassi. And away they go. And it's Droopies Agassi first to show, but number 3, Clover Hare also there. Into the corner, Clover Hare, Droopies Agassi neck and neck around the opening corners. It's the clash we wanted to see. It's Clover Hare, but Droopies Agassi hot on his heels in second spot. Back in third is number 4, Johnny Jump Up in the wide outside. But number 3, Clover Hare leads into the third corner from number 5, Droopies Agassi. Neck and neck into the third corner. Clover Hare, Droopies Agassi, what a race. Back in third, Johnny Jump Up, running the race of his life. But around the final corner, it's Clover Hare. Here comes Droopies Agassi, up the home straight. Droopies Agassi, Clover Hare. Clover Hare gets there. Clover Hare wins the final heat. It's second, number 5, Droopies Agassi, and third, number 4, Johnny Jump Up, the winning time, 28.46. But what a race that was. Well, what a contest we've just witnessed. Number 3, Clover Hare, the Tote Gold Cup winner, just getting the better of Droopies Agassi. Back in third, Johnny Jump Up, what a race he ran. The winning time, 28.46. A sensational race.
Michael Field joined the Irish Greyhound Board several years ago. In that time, he has instigated many improvements to the industry in his role as CEO. On Monday last, Michael officially retired. We paid him a visit at headquarters in Limerick for a look back on a hugely successful career.
When I joined the board in 1996, there were many priorities, but the first priority was to meet the challenge of change. We had to plan the new stadia and deliver them quickly, and through them we attracted many new people to the industry. We looked then at the prize money, and that was very important for the greyhound industry, and the new prize money has improved breeding, it has improved the interest people have in greyhounds, it has brought a new image to the standard of greyhound racing and brought a new status. It's now an exciting evening entertainment. The buzz is back in a big way. And we looked at many other aspects of the industry as well. We looked at the IT, the development of service and a website to owners, and that still is in progress. And the new website will be launched in the very near future, and that will give very specific, up-to-the-minute, up-to-date information, particularly to greyhound owners and to people interested in following greyhound racing. We also brought customer-related improvements into it, where we had handhelds for the tote to make all the betting more comfortable and more attractive. Our international status has changed dramatically in the last few years because of relationships we built up with Australia and with America, and particularly the influence of Australian sires as having on Irish breeding is part of that relationship that was built up. Our relationship with America came through Derby Lane, where we introduced inter-track betting and simulcast betting. These are very exciting new features for the future. What does the future hold for the greyhound industry? I am confident that we have put in place an excellent, dynamic staff in Henry Street and in many of the tracks around the country. These people know what the challenge is now. They will plan constructively, and they will keep Irish greyhound racing at the head of the leisure industry. What my own future holds, I don't know, but it may be far more challenging. But I do have one hope, that it will never be too far from the greyhounds.
The amazing progress this man has made to such an important sector is very clear. His hard work, commitment and diligence to greyhound racing has had a profoundly positive impact on Irish society.
Michael would be, I would say, a great asset to the game. Things have gone from strength to strength. He's been so helpful to me in every way, and to all trainers and owners, I'm sure. He's just brought great prize money in, you know, great facilities and new people into the game, and he'll be sadly missed.
Michael has been in it maybe 5, 6 years, or maybe 7, I don't know, with the board. Prior to that, he was recognised as one of the leading authorities on the greyhound industry in Ireland. And I think he's a tremendous loss to the present board. Apart from being academically qualified to run the board, I don't think there's anyone in Ireland that would have had the same knowledge of greyhound racing, the greyhounds, as himself. You'd see him on any track from Lifford to Tralee on any given night of the week, and I think he went racing about 5 nights a week, which prior to this was totally unheard of for a CEO to be seen at the track once or twice or for the feature races. He's there every night. He had a great knowledge of the industry, and he's a huge loss to the board, but time moves on, and I wish him luck in his retirement.
Irish Greyhounds have always had a strong influence in the breed lines of our American champions. And now, through the foresight of Michael Field and the Irish Greyhound Board, we can see firsthand how Ireland built its greyhound reputation. Through simulcasting technology, we can now see Irish racing on a daily basis. No longer will we have to read about champions like Late Late Show and Kyle Jack. We can now see firsthand. Another technology advance is the fact that our punters here in the U.S. can play directly into the Irish tote, and that proves the foresight of Michael and the board.
Time now to take a look at the fixtures, and on Thursday at Clonmel it's the Irish stud dog owners Red Mills Produce Stake that commences on Thursday and continues on Sunday. On Friday then at Harold's Cross it's the semi-finals of the Boyle Sports Corncool Cullen. At Newbridge it's the final of the MD Betting Yankee Stake, and Tralee has a host of finals on the night, but the main one is the final of the Hickey Cronin Stake. On Saturday at Shelburne Park it's the semi-finals of the Drupes Vieri Easter Cup. Next week, we bring you that final from Newbridge, plus the semi-finals of both the Easter Cup from Shelburne Park and the Corncool Cullen from Harold's Cross.